smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you. I believe, 'cause I want you. Here with me, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love. I look at you, I know it's alright. You read my mind, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you. I believe, 'cause I want you. Here with me, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love. I don't need another love. Yeah. We do this every day. We do this love for life. You got a smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you. I believe, 'cause I want you. Here with me, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love.
Welcome in, everybody, to that Sunday mainstay. It is the Clubhouse Chaotic Chat, and we are rocking the party because we are moving closer toward that 100th show, which is going to be absolutely a ton of fun, and we're really, really excited about it. It's coming up here in the near future. We need you to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and comment either in the chat live or if you're watching the replay, leave a comment there and we will follow back up with you. If it's a question for our guest, we'll get it to them and hopefully get a response for you. We are excited tonight with our guest. It's going to be a fantastic show. For many of you that have gotten to know him over with his brother on the Zippity Doo Doug channel in the morning, this is going to be a treat tonight because we're going to sit down and get to know him on a little bit different level than you would usually see over there. The questions are going to be really inspiring and get some great answers. And I'm excited to talk to the ladies tonight here on the channel. Welcome in, ladies. I'm excited. In case we forgot, it is show number 96. 96 on the number. So I'm ready to go. This is going to be a fun show and inspired here. Everybody's wearing their red and their black. I'm the only one that's in gray, and I really feel bad. I should have done something better. That's just what it is. Steph, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great. Doing great. It's Sunday night, Monday. I go back to work a week from tomorrow. So I'm going to savor this week and have fun with my friends here in the Disney community at the meetup. So I'm really excited about that. So great
That's
way
right.
to end my summer.
That's right. All three of you will be at the meetup coming up. Jen, it's coming quick this week.
Yeah.
It is, and I'm going to copy Steph because I also don't have to go back to work until after the meetup. So
Yay.
this is going to be a great week.
Oh, Lord, it's going to be fun. I know you're excited about tonight. You wrote a really good show, and we got a really great guest.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, what can I say? I don't even know what to say now. What can I say? I mean, he's got faith on his side. He has family on his side. He has laughter on his side. Can't wait to talk to him.
I'm
So
excited. All the things that I wanted to say legally were in his rider that I'm not allowed to say. So, Kay Willoughby, thank you
oh
for 5
goodness.
memberships, Kay, and blessing the channel. I appreciate you. Tina, are you're excited? We got the meetup. We got Steve. It's a big week.
It is a big week. It's going to be good, and looking forward to it and seeing everyone again. So excited.
Going to be fun. Going to be fun. All right, let's get into it. Jen, I believe you're going to take care of chat tonight, so we all need to grab our hands, which is a lot easier for everybody else. I'm just going to pull mine off a shelf. So, and we're ready to go.
I want to start off by thanking Kay Wilby because she just went ahead and gifted 5 memberships to the channel. And
Thank you, Kay.
Kay is always very generous. So thank you, Kay. Let me just make sure I got everybody here. I think so. Okay, let's go. We want to say hello tonight to Ty Zima, Plymouth Rock, Matt Wolter, Vicky Gillespie, Jason Thibodeau, Debbie Bernfeld, A Bouncin' Journey, Aliens Wear Green Hats, Jill Wackbritt, Regina Erie, Zippity Doodug, Debbie Thunert, Mandy Mary, Stacky, Franny, Alex Miller, Cruisin' Theme Park Guide, Mark F., Paul Engel, Teresa, Surf Bum, Home Candies, All Smiles, Lila Rose, Anne, Molly's mom, hi Mom, Kelsey Elizabeth, Kay Wilby, and Monarch Moments. And I don't see anybody else that has popped in. So if I missed you, I will catch you on the next round.
Absolutely, absolutely. Also, before we start some of our fun talking about last week and everything, I want to ask everybody at the end of the show, we have a special announcement we'd like to talk about. So if you all could hang tight at the end of the show, don't run out as soon as you hear us talking about our final thoughts, like we see some of you like to do. Hang tight with us through the final thoughts. And, they're worried about Paul coming in. They're dodging Paul, I think it is. It's what it is. So don't dodge Paul tonight. Let's talk about last week's show, Steph. We had a fun show last week, and let's talk about it.
Yeah, so we had an interesting show as well. I thought it was extremely interesting. Last week, learning all about Christy's Corner. Here are some of the highlights. It was a true pleasure having Christy on as our guest. We had the chance to get to know her better through heartfelt conversations about the impact that Disney's had on her life and the joy it continues to bring. We learned about the incredible role that makeup plays in her content creation and how it serves as a canvas for the spectacular artistic creativity that she brings to life through every look. Christy was kind enough to highlight 3 channels that hold a special meaning to her, share the love of Disney bounding, and reflect on some incredible stories and magical moments from the parks. Her off-topic discussion about the Vampire Diaries was incredibly entertaining, and hearing her speak so openly about the love, importance, and deep value of her family made a truly meaningful impact. I encourage everyone to leave a comment on the show with their thoughts about the content of that show. And if the mods haven't already, please go ahead and put in last week's link to the show for folks to check out if you haven't had a chance yet.
I love that. Darla says, great show last week. Love that you guys had an enjoyable time. We had some nice comments on that show and a lot of rewatches afterwards. So that was awesome. Thank you all very, very much. Let's talk about this week's guest. This week's guest. Now, a lot can be said. A lot has been said. Some amazing things will be said throughout the show. But for those people who might be coming in and meeting him for the first time, Tina, share a little bit of an overview on our guest.
Sure. Joining us this week is a guest who never fails to bring the laughs. Get ready for a lively, laugh-out-loud interview that's sure to entertain from start to finish. Our guest this week may not have his own channel, but he plays an essential supporting role, consistently uplifting and supporting Disney creators and with enthusiasm and heart. His deep love and devotion to his family is a cornerstone of who he is, radiating both on and off screen. A heartfelt quality that leaves a lasting impression on everyone he encounters.
Yes.
Though he's a Florida transplant, he is a true Pittsburgher through and through, loyal to his Pirates, Steelers, and of course a proud fan of the Fermanti brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Us in just a few moments to share why June is his favorite month of the year is the one and only Scallywag Steve.
Yes, the
Dad,
one and only. I love it. You know, they put a
Or
Permane Brothers right by BWI because Doug says he wouldn't come into Maryland unless there was a Permane Brothers that he could, so you have to do what you have to do,
See that right when you get off the freeway, it's right there.
It's right there. That's right there.
good stuff.
Ah,
Sandwiches.
okay. Before we get on a fun question, Jen, do we have anybody we want to say hello to?
Yeah, we've had a few more friends come in. We want to say hello to Stephanie Kiel. Hi, Steph.
Hi.
Go Minnie, Ellie, Dave's Disney Dreams, Music and Theme Park World, Little Mermaid fan, Jonathan Chong, and Stand Clear of the Doors.
Welcome in, friends. Good to see you. And there we go. This is Miss Regina Erie. All right. So we're covered there. All right, ladies, we always try to do one fun question here to kick things off. And I really like this one this week. This is an interesting one. If your personality, I can't wait to hear the answers here. If your personality was a flavor of ice cream, everybody loves ice cream, loves the sweet taste of what flavors it could be. We'll start out and say, Tina, what flavor would you be and why?
so up where I live, there's a local ice cream place it's a gas station convenience store, but they're famous for ice cream. It's called Stewart's, and they have a flavor of ice cream called Fireworks and cherry swirl with Pop Rocks. And I feel like that's just the epitome of my personality. Besides the fact that I love fireworks, I feel like I'm kind of like I wanted to say I'm like a burst in your mouth kind of girl, and that's probably not the thing to say. So reword that accordingly, and we'll just leave that alone. That's it.
I'd like to point out that our guest just spit his drink out. But other than that, that's perfectly fine. He's actually praying right now, saying Hail Marys. I actually see that. Jen, I'm going to go to you. What flavor of ice cream and why?
So it's not a real flavor of ice cream, but it's an invented flavor of ice cream that I just made up.
Okay.
I didn't know we could do that.
And
yeah, sure.
I just felt like I needed to. So you know how you can get like fudge ripple where it's like mostly vanilla, but then it's got like just some fudge through it. So sometimes when you take a scoop, you're going to get just vanilla, but sometimes you'll take a scoop and you'll get a little bit of chocolate.
Okay.
So mine would be called hot sauce ripple.
Hot sauce ripple. Okay. I get it.
And it would be vanilla ice cream with a little bit of hot sauce in it. So sometimes when you take a bite, it's sweet and it's pleasing to your taste buds. But sometimes you take a bite and it's just spicy.
Okay. That's two good ones so far. I got to be honest. I'm impressed, ladies. All right, Steph. What do we
It's
got?
a good thing I'm last because I'm probably a disappointment after all that.
Oh, Lord.
Well, I was thinking chocolate chip mint because, I love chocolate, but the mint adds a little pop. So, there's some spunk in there. But then my first one I came up with actually was one that Edie's used to come out with at Christmas time. And I don't know if they still do, but it's the candy cane. I think it's vanilla. It has crunched up candy cane in it. Because
I like that.
I like Christmas, and then I don't know. So, but peppermint's also a little spicy. So anyway.
Okay. All three of them.
Sorry.
All three. No, all three of them are great answers. I love it. That's fantastic. I thought it was a unique question and a lot of fun, nonetheless. So.
No, it was a great question.
All right, let's get on to our guests here. And Jen, I see we got a bunch of people jumping in here real quick. You want to say hello real quick to?
Yes. I want to say hello to Movie Mania Nick, Cakes 2112, Elizabeth Bastuck, Lily's Life Dad, Kendrick, Francisco, and Gloria Thibodeau.
Thank you. We have a lot of friends that are jumping in from recent baseball streams today that found us and said they love Disney. So love Love that fact. Mark F says Scallywag flavor. It would be Tabasco. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see maybe a little later on the stream as we're finding out. Our guest that's coming in tonight, many of you know him from being in the community. What I know of him is what you're going to find out a lot tonight. He is really a good guy at core that does a lot in his spare time to keep himself busy, has some great family values, and man, you're going to hear some amazing little excerpts of Steve's life tonight. So I'm excited to bring him in. It is Scallywag Steve. Steve, are you all dried off after spitting out the drink there?
I again, different show. Maybe we'll bring it up on a coffee talk.
There you go. Okay. Love it. Love it. Love it.
What answer?
The second she said it, yeah.
There you go.
I'm
There you
sorry.
go. That's okay.
It's okay.
Well, I'm going to do the right thing here, and I'm going to turn things over right now to the ladies because they are much better at rocking and rolling everything we're going to do. So starting out the first segment here will be Jen. Take it away. Right? I am right?
I think she's frozen.
Oh, okay.
Jen's frozen.
You want me to grab it?
Well, her eyes are moving, so she can't be totally
Her
frozen.
eyes are blinking.
Are they? Can she not hear us?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Okay, now I can.
Okay.
Everybody was frozen on the screen.
Oh,
I was just sitting here looking, but you guys were all frozen and I didn't hear anything. So sorry about that.
No, I think that's my fault.
Hashtag stupid computer.
Hashtag eCam could be the problem. Sometimes it is. Jen, I'm turning things over to you to start the show.
Okay, let's go. So Steve, for those who may be meeting you for the first time today, can you just give us a short introduction about yourself so the viewers can get to know you just a little better?
Yes. Stina, stop it.
I'm laughing because we're laughing. That's it.
sorry.
Hello. Well, my name is Steve. Steve Good. I am here. Wait, I'll say it the right way. Zippity Doo Dug is my brother.
Oh,
Little brother.
You see how I did that? Because I'm older. I'm a teacher.
Woohoo!
I coached for almost 30 years and made the move to Florida 4 years ago. Love Disney. Love sports. My life is pretty simple. It's faith, family, sports, Disney. That's about it.
okay. Love it.
So,
All right.
and travel. I've added travel because I like to go places.
Okay, well, I think most of our viewers would recognize you from being on your younger brother's Zippity Doo Dug's channel, but they might not know about the first channel you were associated with. So can you tell our viewers about that channel and how you found this Disney YouTube community?
Yeah. So it was funny. I hadn't been to Disney for about 20 years. And it was just because of, life hit. Raising kids, working. And then we saved up and we got to go in 2013. I got to take my wife, Angie, and the girls. And when we got home, it was kind of like, for the first time, I felt that Disney depression.
Oh.
And it was like, wow, I really miss being there. And I found Resort TV 1. I think I saw a post on Facebook, which led me to their YouTube, and I started watching them. And Josh and I kind of clicked because we're both educators. And then, so I had, just started watching them in between trips. And that's how I kind of got into it.
Very cool.
What you want to tell us a little bit though about the first channel that I believe Angie started that you were a part of?
Yeah. So, well, it's kind of her. It's So backstory: my wife Angie, she passed away in December of 2021. But before that, the 2013 trip was her first ever visit to Disney World. So I got to take my kids and my wife for their first ever visit. And she fell in love with things, and she just started recording stuff on vacations. And then when she got kind of YouTube savvy, she was like, "I'm just going to put stuff from our vacation up on my channel so that we can watch it whenever we want," not knowing that she was going to get sick, not knowing she wasn't going to be here anymore. And so now it's actually a beautiful way. Like, we can hear her voice, we can hear her laugh on certain videos. We can hear her sing. We had a great conversation one time with Sophia the First when Savannah was meeting Sophia the First, and they all started singing. So just things like that, and I catch myself going there every once in a while when I want to see something that she has wishes on there. Wishes doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, stuff like that.
Love that. Love that.
I love it.
Yep,
love
and the
it.
girls,
That's just
the
such a great
girls, I
story.
think, the girls, I think, at some point have discussed that when they start, because obviously we have new things now. We have a new parade. When they get good recordings, I think they've decided that instead of making their own, they're going to put it on Mom's channel and keep Mom's channel going.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
sweet.
So,
That's
so
sweet.
that'll
I
be
didn't know that. That's great.
a very that'll be cool because then the girls will keep Mama's channel with new content, with new videos.
That's awesome.
I love it. I love it. Well, before we go over to Steph, I want to take a second and say hello to Julie McCowan and Lily's Life and Patrick Julian. Thanks for stopping by tonight.
Welcome in, friends.
Julie will not have to censor anything tonight. Different show. Julie's our unofficial censor on the Coffee Talk.
Yes.
Yes, she is. We love Julie.
All right.
Steph, before you go real quick, just a reminder to everybody, we're dropping links into the chat throughout the night for both Steve's Instagram, for the Triple C's Instagram. If you haven't hit either one of those, please do. The ladies' Instagram are all found in the description of this video. You can find all of them. Please hit that up, and let's get those likes up over 100. I know we're going to end up having well over 100 people in here throughout the night. We're at 57 already. Let's get that up. This is a great member of our community here with us tonight. Steph?
Alrighty. So, Steve, sports have played a huge role in your life, from competing as a multi-sport athlete to spending nearly 30 years of coaching. What standout moments do you have that come to mind? And how have those experiences shaped the person that you are today?
So I have standout moments. Like, it's so weird. Like, I have standout moments from like my childhood. As a fan, and like things with my dad. Like, I was at the 1977 Pitt Penn State game in a snowstorm.
Nice.
And and Pitt Penn State in the 70s was just like, I mean, it was like both teams in the top 10.
Right.
So like I I remember like getting back in the car and like snot sickles frozen to me. Like, it was unbelievable. Like, it wasn't supposed to like get cold. No one was prepared for it, and all of a sudden, we got like 5 inches of snow and the temperature dropped. And so like things like that. I was at playoff games with my dad, for the Pirates. Then later, as I became an adult, the Penguins got good. So we were at Stanley Cup games for the Penguins. I was at the Game 7 loss, not the Sid Bream game, but the year before. I was at the Game 7 loss, Pirates against the Braves at home, and stuff like that. And then I started coaching. That was all like before college. Then I started coaching. It just so many awesome stories about kids that I coached, things that we did. Um, we used to be able to travel to tournaments. Um, like kids playing college baseball, realizing their dream of playing at the next level and playing college baseball and getting the text message, "Hey coach, I'm going to be playing in Lake Mary. Can you come see me?" Or, "Hey coach, I'm going to be playing in Auburndale, Florida. Can you come over and see me play?" Stuff like that. It just that's the highlights is when I get to see former kids.
That is awesome.
Like that's what makes it all worth it.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Well, I want to jump in for a second.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I believe, haven't you received an honor of your own for coaching?
I have, yeah. I was district coach of the year twice. I won that in 2015. The first time I won it, I took we had just started a baseball team like 3 years before that, and they went 0-19 in their first year in the public school, in the state association.
Right.
And the next year, I got them. We missed the playoffs by one game. We went 8-7. I won Coach of the Year that year, and then my final year before I quote unquote retired and moved here, we went 22-4. We lost in the state finals, and I won Coach of the Year that year as well.
Steve, that is a heck of an accomplishment coming from somebody who's been in that realm of the coaching and everything at that level to be able to get those acknowledgments, dude. Not only is it great on the success, but I can't imagine how many kids' lives you have set up for the next parts of their lives. So, dude, that's awesome.
Well, and that's the thing, I had a saying, because like I told you guys in the pre-show, I've been in Christian education for 85% of my career. My message to my players was always, I have 3 jobs, and they don't have anything to do with baseball. I want to show you how to be a good man, a good husband, and a good dad someday.
I love that. That's great. Okay. I love it.
Basically, use baseball to get things done, but my job as a Christian coach and a Christian educator is to do those 3 things.
I love that. Love that. Steph,
congratulations on your.
Let's go to that led to Steph started something really good there. Where are we going now, Steph?
All right, so inspiring minds of the of teenage people that you teach is clearly a driving force in your life, as you just spoke of. What makes that mission so meaningful to you?
I think it's one of the things is, so like losing, Doug and my sister and myself, we lost our dad young. We lost our dad when I was 15, our sister was 13, and Doug was only 11. And I know for me and Doug, we had coaches step up and fill that void. We had baseball coaches and basketball coaches that, put their arms around us and said, "We got you. Don't worry about it." So that kind of showed me what a coach could do. And at 17 years old, I knew I wanted to coach.
Love it.
That's how I've always done it. I've always told my players, here's my, you can count on me for anything for as long as we know. And it's funny. I had a player just a couple of weeks ago call me and say, "I think the coolest thing, coach, is that you and I are friends as adults." And this kid's, he graduated back in like 2014. He's probably 30.
That's cool.
He just out of the blue and was like, "I think one of the coolest things is I can call you, bounce something off you, and we're friends as adults."
That's so important to be available for kids, especially in their teenage years like that. So
that's really good.
Yeah. All right. So Tina's going to take over here with a couple questions.
I am. All right, so Steve, a first trip to a Disney park is usually unforgettable, but yours is unique because it's memorable, even though you don't have a memory of it.
Nope.
But there's a story, and I think that we all want to hear the story of how
Yeah.
your mom helps keep that memory alive.
Yeah. So um, I was born July 13th, 1971, and Disney fans all know that Magic Kingdom opened up October of 71.
Hmm.
So I have zero, like, I had no idea until I was older in life that I was Disney World in October of 1971. Um, there's pictures in an old scrapbook, but my mom, about a year and a half ago, was looking through stuff. She found the first visit button from that trip.
Wow,
Wow.
that's cool.
And so it is now on my, I have a Christmas tree that's just magic bands and buttons. So it is on the very front of that Christmas tree.
Oh,
That's incredible.
really
Wow.
cool.
So yeah, I was at Disney opening month as a 3 month old baby.
That's really cool.
I'm speechless at that one. Like, imagine you like you were at Disney before you could remember Disney, and
Yeah,
that just blows me away.
That's a
That
great
and
blows.
question.
I don't. We didn't return until 81, so I was 10 the next time.
Okay.
That's a great question. I love that.
Yeah, that was really good. All right, so I have another question because it's
Yes.
clear Disney runs in your blood from beginning up until now, and that passion eventually led you to make the big move from the Midwest down to the Mouse. What inspired that decision, and what's it like bringing your Pittsburgh roots to life in the Disney area?
So for I, I'll be honest, for my whole life. So that trip in 81 when I was 10, it was in the winter months, and I was just like, I love it down here. It's warm. I'm not cold. Um, it just, and I remember saying as a kid, I'm going to live in Florida. I'm going to live in Florida. And it literally took me 40 years to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I said that to my parents when I was 10 years old. It took me till I was 50. Um, Part of the reason for the move was Disney, the love of Disney, and wanting to just be close enough to it to go anytime I wanted. Um, Another factor was just the weather. I love the weather down here, even when it's hot. I don't mind the hot because
Mm-hmm.
we put up with 3 months of triple digit heat index. But let me tell you, December, January, February can't beat it. Cannot.
That's it.
And I just got sick of shoveling snow, Tina.
Uh huh.
I hate it.
I get it. I get it.
And it's so cool because, like here, for example, Friday was Landon's birthday. Landon is my to be stepson. He's the youngest. It was his 19th birthday. We looked at him and said, "What do you want to do tonight? We'll take you wherever you do whatever you want to do for dinner." He looks at me and goes, "Can we go to Disney Springs?"
Go to where? I couldn't hear it.
Disney Springs.
Disney Springs.
Oh, Disney Springs. Okay.
And I'm like, "Yeah, we live 25 minutes away. Sure." So we ate at House of Blues and we walked around Disney Springs, had a great evening, got home about 11:30.
Hashtag life goals.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I mean,
Yeah.
my brother-in-law has a saying. He says, "You realize we." Doug says Logan's better. Doug likes Logan better. Um, He's on record. Logan is the golden child for Doug.
No favorites.
Doug has favorites. But
Or Savannah.
Yeah.
Right?
But, my brother-in-law said, you realize we live somewhere where people save up. Some people save up all year to come here for a week.
Mm-hmm.
And we can drive 25 minutes and be there anytime we want.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, we drove up. We didn't even eat dinner there. We ate dinner at home. We drove up. We went to the Villains Lair on Bay Lake Tower, and we watched Happily Ever After from Bay Lake Tower.
Nice.
Nice.
Perfect.
Because I can get in there because it's for Disney Vacation Club members.
Hmm.
There it is.
That's really cool.
And it was like date night. Our date night is going up to Bay Lake Tower and watching Magic Kingdom fireworks.
Heck yeah.
Life goals. Just sticking to it. I want to do that. I want to just drive around.
Dreams.
So
Seriously.
love it.
But
All
yeah,
right, as much as-
but we're just so blessed. It just
Yeah.
there's times where it's almost like I still want to pinch myself when we're driving under the entrance sign, like on Osceola Parkway, or if we're on, World Center Drive, and it's like, I can't believe we live here.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. The
Imagine.
whining begins.
I just think Doug and Belinda need to move down there, and that would solve all of the fighting and the bickering between you two.
That's
when it
true.
comes to Disney. Just
The
saying.
whining
Just saying.
begins.
All right, I'm gonna move this train along and pass this down to Jen. Ask her if she has any viewers that came in, and then she's gonna take the drink of the week. So, Jen.
Oh,
Yes. So we had quite a few friends come in. So I want to say hello to Park Bros, to Amy DeBoard, to Nanny Pooh Bear, to Kolya, Abby Luger, Jennifer Caruso, AJC Amy, and Stanley Socks. And I see Mark Langenkamp has come in. So hello, friends. Thanks for joining us. We are now the time of the show where we talk about the beverage of the week, because it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
It is.
always.
Always. So Steve has
Always.
chosen as his drink of the week the Tahitian Torch from Trader Sam's. And it looks like the ingredients would be Baijiu Dragon Fire Spirit, tropical juices, passion fruit, and fresh lime juice. So that just sounds delicious. Yeah, sounds good. Steve, tell us why
Yes.
you chose this drink.
Well, it's the Baijiu Dragon Spirit. It's vodka, so I'm a vodka guy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a vodka drink. Yeah, I'm a vodka person. I don't mind rum, but I'm a vodka person, and I went in there the first time and went, oh, they have a vodka drink. That's cool. It looks like a torch. I'll try it, and it was like, oh gosh, it's so good.
Is it sweet?
Yeah. It's the passion fruit the passion fruit juice is just so good.
Cool.
It's if you've ever had breakfast, I think they use it. If you've ever had breakfast up at Ohana,
Mm-hmm.
and the passion fruit juice they give you for breakfast up there, it's that.
Wow.
Oh,
Sweet.
yeah.
Now I want to try it.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Are you Russian?
Really good.
Probably not.
Or Finnish?
No,
They like their vodka.
We're German.
Ah, Germans. I didn't know if you got your vodka.
Steph, are
liking
you
from that.
familiar with
With
Steph,
Finlandia?
are you familiar with the drink? Would you have it?
I have not had it because I've never been in Trader Joe's before. Trader Sam's. I have been in
Trader
Trader Joe's. I have not been in Trader Sam's. So there you go. But next time I should give it a try.
Very nice.
It sounds I would totally
Okay.
drink it, but yeah.
So, so
How
Steph,
about
you've never
you,
been in
Tina?
Trader Sam's?
No, I've never been in there before.
Oh, it's so cool in there.
Yeah, I went
It's
by once, but it was
yeah,
full and they wouldn't let me
it's
in.
really fun
So,
to hang out in there.
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been either. I've seen it on a stream. It's a goal of mine. I think I would probably order one of every drink on the menu, and then you wouldn't see me the rest of the trip because I would be laying in a bush somewhere or in a gutter.
Mm.
Um,
We
so
wouldn't let that happen to you.
that yeah,
You
that's
could
bad.
stay at the Poly and just crawl to your room.
You just roll me to my room. That would be great because weekend at Bernie's. So that's yeah.
They have really comfortable chairs in the lobby there, so you can.
I've taken naps in those chairs, waiting for flights home when I didn't live here.
Alrighty. So, where am I? I get
All right,
distracted and then I'm like,
we're gonna send it over to Pete right now.
yes.
Oh,
Yes, it's time for us to turn the tables as we usually do. And let's talk about the question that I asked the ladies, Steve. Based on your personality and you being knowing who you are, if you had to be a flavor of ice cream, what flavor would you be?
so I thought about this, and I don't know if it's everywhere. I think I've seen it at Baskin Robbins. They make like a party birthday cake ice cream. Okay,
Okay.
I think that's because my life's kind of a party.
Okay. I like it. I'll go with that. I like that 100%.
That's awesome.
I
Keep
like
the
that.
party
Okay.
It's
going.
like a party in your mouth.
Yeah.
Party in your mouth. Before we go over to Steph for the next
Now you're
segment.
sounding like Tina.
Oh, Lord.
That's never a good thing.
We don't want them all going. A couple quick things. One, we're dropping Steve's Instagram in there throughout the night. Please help us out. Take a click over. Keep up with Steve and everything he's got going. Make sure you're.
And listen, and on my Instagram, what I usually do, so I don't have a YouTube channel, but if I go to Disney for anything, I put a bunch of stuff in my story all the time. So
Okay.
if we go to a concert during the concert series, I'll put the whole evening like spliced up in my story on Instagram. Or if I'm at Happily Ever After, I'll put clips in my story of the evening.
So check
So
out
I don't have
Steve's
my own
Instagram.
channel, but I'll put it on my story.
Check out Steve's Instagram. Also follow the Triple C's on their Instagram, everybody, as we're working hard to do that. Make sure you've hit that like tonight. We're at 70, trying to get up to triple digits as much as we possibly can. Jen, before I jump over to stuff, do we need to say hello to anybody real quick?
I want to say hello to Yoo-Hoo, to Park Hop Magic, and to Tim Rempel.
There you go. Well, welcome in, friends. Good to see that. Steph,
Hello.
let's go over to you.
Alrighty, so my first question is Disney is known for creating magical experiences. What are some of the moments at Disney that felt especially magical or unexpectedly memorable for you?
Okay. So I know I answered one in the email. I do have something else to add because I kind of talked about it earlier. I love seeing people experience things for the first time and see the look on their face. Like, I absolutely loved seeing my wife turn onto Main Street for the first time in 2013. My girls. And then we had an exchange student live with us. Her name was Sun Mi. We got a chance to take her to Disney. She had never been to Disney. She had been to the one in Tokyo, but she had never been here. And we got to take her one Christmas and to see her face for the Christmas fireworks on the castle. Like, I love seeing that, like, just that big eye awe, like, I can't believe I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope I never take it for granted that I've seen stuff 100 times. But one of the most magical things that's ever happened is it was right after Angie passed away. And we had come off the Finding Nemo ride in Epcot. It was me and the girls. And it was down visiting, I think in the spring right after Ange. And Julie, I do not like bubble wands. Do not. That is fake news. We went over to see the manatee tank, and we're sitting there and we're watching them toss lettuce in, and a cast member's there explaining, about stuff. And
Hmm.
when she put the mic away, something got said, and I don't want to say Savannah teared up, but Savannah just kind of turned around and went, "Mom really loved watching these manatee," and this cast member heard it. Must have noticed that Savannah used past tense,
Oh,
and she kind of come up and went, "Hi." So I hear you guys like this, and so we kind of said, yeah, we do, and and it came up that Ange had just passed. This cast member, I mean, just first she was like, "I'm really sorry," blah, blah. She took us. She goes, "I'd like to." I checked with my boss. Can I give you a little magic today? And we were like, "Yeah, sure. Thank you. You don't have to." But so she took us up in the tank. She took us to the very top of the building that looks down on the tank that everything's in that building.
wow.
The section that the manatee are in, the section the dolphins are in, the section you see on Finding Nemo.
Wow.
And she goes, "You're not allowed to take pictures. You're not allowed to have your phones out." But I was like, "No, that's okay. It's just great being up."
Oh,
And we walked. I couldn't believe how big it was. But this cast member we were up there for like 25 minutes.
Wow.
The
That's very cool.
elevator to get up there, when you walk back in the aquarium and you go around the circle, the elevator is in the middle of that circle.
wow.
Oh,
And she took us the whole way to the top of the building.
that's incredible.
Yeah, and
Thanks for
it's
telling
just
us
like,
about that.
and she didn't have all she did was kind of overhear a moment, that we were having, and it wasn't even a horrible moment. It was just Savannah had sighed and just went, "Mom really loved this. I'm glad we came over here." And that cast member just took it upon herself to kind of investigate.
Wow.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay.
That's amazing. Really
We've gotten
amazing. What
magic at hotels from people we don't know. Like there was one time we had a deluxe studio at Saratoga, and we come out of the park like we hadn't even been to the room yet. Like we were in Epcot all day, 13 hours. And we come out, we get in, and I walk in and I go, "This isn't right." And I went, "But everything, like we opened the door." And I'm like, they gave us like a 1-bedroom villa instead of a deluxe studio.
Nice.
Don't know why.
Wow.
Hey, that's great.
But
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's the magic right there. Disney.
So yeah.
Okay, Steve. Now it's time for us all to find out about all your favorites from Disney. Okay. So this is supposed to be kind of like, I say it, you say it, blah blah blah, real fast. Okay.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire, baby. You got it. Okay. Favorite park.
I'm going to get very specific. Magic Kingdom at Christmas.
Favorite restaurant.
Le Solaire.
Favorite Epcot festival.
Food and Wine.
Nice.
Favorite ride.
Cosmic Rewind.
Okay.
Favorite snack.
Favorite snack. Pretzel with cheese.
Favorite place to fall asleep.
The Adirondack.
Great.
The Adirondack chairs on the beach outside the beach club.
Love it.
Wow, I have to try that. Favorite non-park activity.
Hanging out on the boardwalk. It used to be Jelly Rolls, but Jelly Rolls is gone.
Yeah, he got beat up pretty bad.
What?
He got beat up pretty bad last night.
Who did?
Jelly Roll.
No, not that. No, Jelly Roll, the dueling piano bar.
Gotcha. My fault. A mistake.
Yeah.
He knows that. Yeah. Okay. Favorite character?
Mickey.
I dream. That's all I can see.
That has to
Dream.
be
Oh, there he
Sorcerer
is.
Mickey.
Sorcerer Mickey.
Sorcerer Mickey. See, that's really awesome. All right. Favorite resort?
It's still the Polynesian.
Okay.
Just,
Very nice.
Favorite
just love it.
nighttime show or parade? Nighttime show
Happily
or
Ever
parade?
After. Hands down.
HEA.
I could watch that
All the way, baby.
a couple times a week.
Love it.
All right. Jen, do we have any more people who joined the stream?
Yes, we did have a few friends come in. Want to say hello to Rob UK Dizdad and Katie Phillips and Steve Browning.
Welcome in,
Hello,
friends.
and thanks for joining.
Absolutely.
Okay, Miss Tina, it's your turn.
All right. So, Steve, you have
Tina,
some pretty.
hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Jennifer Caruso, I would like to point out that when I'm done with my pretzel, I do not lick or use my finger to eat the rest of the cheese like someone else in the family.
Oh,
Oh,
Tina
so
Marie
is that
knows
like a
exactly what
hereditary trait?
Tina knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Sadly, I do. Okay, he's back. All right. Okay, let's talk about milestones. Let's just move on from cheese. You have
Wonderful.
there's some pretty big milestones coming up. You have a new job, you have a wedding coming up, and a new home. How do you see Disney fitting into these exciting chapters of your life? And is there any chance that we'll see content from you on a Scallywag Steve channel or maybe another channel that you've talked about?
So yeah, we are busy. We were actually over at Mai's property today measuring. And I cut the grass there every week. I actually stepped it off and I put like my Crocs like in the grass and I cut around what I thought was the right measurement. And I'm like, and I text her, she's in the house. I go, all right, there's how big our house will be sitting on this piece of land. As I cut around it and let that grass high. And she's like, oh, okay. So we're busy. We're trying to sell this house, buy a new home, put it on that property. We'll get married November 22nd. So yeah, we're busy, but we still got time for Disney.
There's always time.
We were just there, yeah. I mean, we were just there 2 nights ago,
That's
and
awesome.
I have a good friend coming in, in 2 weeks. Weekend, if my calendar's correct.
Me?
oh, like who?
Oh, me.
Ita.
Oh, me.
Yeah,
He in the flesh. He's so excited too.
know,
He can't
I know.
wait.
I got that on my calendar, so I can get up to see him.
Cool.
So,
But yeah,
No.
I mean, Disney. The thing is it doesn't matter how busy we are. It's right there. It takes us a half an hour.
so you're saying that there's a possibility of a Scallywag Steve YouTube channel?
Probably not.
There's no amount of convincing.
I don't know.
All right.
I
It's
don't
a big
know.
commitment. It's a big commitment.
It is, and that's the thing, and I don't want to sound. It's gonna come out as sounding selfish, but I don't. I want to walk through the park and enjoy my evening. I don't want to walk through the park and do everything that I've seen Pete do and everything that I see Doug do. Like,
So then it's work, right?
I just want to walk down Main Street, hold Mai's hand, and enjoy the evening.
There you
There's
go.
nothing wrong with that. That's perfect.
And
Nothing wrong with that at all.
No.
I think the most you're going to get out of me is when I post stuff to my story on Instagram.
So follow him on Instagram, please.
Yeah,
Yeah. God's been
yeah,
dropping the
because
link. So
I just don't want to
okay.
do it.
It's legit. Nothing
I
wrong
am
with that.
I am happy being Doug's uh, Don Quixote or whatever. What was the little guy's name? Poncho something.
Pancho
Donkey
Villa.
from Shrek.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well.
I have never
Well.
held hands with Doug.
Oh gosh. Okay. So, with all of your testimony throughout this interview, we can
Yes.
see that you have had a very blessed life. Without a doubt, your mom and dad had an incredible impact on your life, along with your faith in God. What made their influences so meaningful, and how do you continue to carry their memories with you today?
So, we were raised in a Christian home. My dad taught Sunday school. He led, he was a song leader up at the front of the church. Being raised in the Christian home, and I did go through really rough spots in life. I knew what the right decisions were. I knew what I should have been doing. I just wasn't strong enough at that point to do it. I struggled for about 10 years after our dad died, with God and with uh, just making good decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, God basically pulled the plug on my shortcomings and went, okay, you've had enough. That's enough. You're done. And he brought me back into his fold, and I've been amazing ever since. And that was 30. How old am I now? Wait, 28 years ago.
No.
Yeah, that was 28 years ago.
Awesome.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, and I just, one of the biggest things I try and, no matter what I've been through in life, now I realize that God has me through it, no matter what it's been. And I think learning that lesson prepared me for things in adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
We lost a sister-in-law in a car accident. I lost my best friend in an overdose. And then my wife got sick and we lost her. And the teenage Steve that turned his back on God because he was mad didn't happen. The adult Steve realized, you know what, you're pretty blessed and God's gotten you through a whole bunch of mess. And things like
Love it.
this happen in life and you just got to keep going.
Love it.
You know, the
Well
beauty
said.
of that, Steve, is you didn't really turn your back on God just because you were angry at him. You still knew he was
No,
there. You were just angry.
I did. And that was the thing. I always knew what I should have been doing. And I just didn't do it.
Yeah.
But you know what, I said to somebody, even with meeting Melissa, I had the fairy tale for the first half of life, and I can't believe God's been good enough to me to give me the second one.
That's love.
Love that.
And it just and it doesn't diminish what I had with Ange, but it just, and the beauty of it is that my completely understands how big of a part of my life my heart was in, is still with Ange, but
Yeah.
he knows that he has the rest of my heart.
Love it.
It's beautiful. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch this the train tracks over to Jen because she's gonna give us our channel suggestions.
This is good. Yeah.
Yes. First, before we do that, real quick, I want to say hello to O'Connell and Flygirl517. So, hello,
Welcome.
real quick. Okay, so each week we invite our guests to highlight the YouTube channels that they enjoy and love to watch. And tonight we are going to talk about two of Steve's favorite channels. The first one being Jennifer Caruso, and the second one being Zippity Doo Dug. So, Steve, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you like about the channel called Zippity Doo Dug?
Well, I guess I kind of do have to like it since, I'm like Charles Nelson Riley was on the Match Game. I'm like a guest star all the time on this channel.
Yep.
No, nothing on the Charles Nelson Riley joke.
I wanted to say something about June so bad, but I didn't want Jen to yell at me.
No, I tell you what, I've told Pete this. I've never seen my brother happier in his adult life than when he's on his channel, when he is doing what he's doing. And it makes me feel so good that he is loving what he does on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really cool that we get to, we talk every day anyway, but Coffee Talk's been fun because we just get to be our goofy doofus selves with each other, and people for some reason like it.
Well, that's the way your mother raised you, wasn't it?
Well, sometimes when we get out of hand, no.
Why don't you go ahead and tell us about Jennifer Caruso's channel?
Jennifer is such an amazing lady. She's so much fun. I've actually been on a couple of Jennifer streams. I got to be on. I forget whose birthday it was. I got to be at birthday dinner one night. But yeah, Jennifer does such a good job. We pick on Jennifer because Jennifer's kind of like that. How can you put it? Jennifer's like that. Sometimes that, like, she's too nice. She's so nice that it's disgusting. and
Okay.
no, but in a good way. Like, just so funny that she's ultra positive, ultra nice, and there's times where you just want her to go, Jen, just say what you really feel, but she won't do it.
Love it.
But yeah,
Doug called her the goofy aunt.
I love. Well, and what's funny is that there's times where if Ron's there, I will even get the look like, hey, don't get my husband going tonight. He gets in enough trouble on his own. He doesn't need any help from you, Steve. Because I know all about that look, because I get it too. Like, I get in trouble enough on my own. I don't need anybody's help.
That's good.
Awesome. Those are two great channels. We love both of those
They are.
channels, Zippity Doo Dug and
And
Jennifer
listen,
Caruso. And I think our mods are going to go ahead and drop those links in the chat. So make sure if you're not following those channels that you check them out.
Absolutely.
Jennifer says, I give you guys strikes all the time. Yeah, but those strikes don't mean anything. You still talk to us.
I think it's time to do a show recap. So Steph, why don't you go ahead and take that?
You're muted.
You're muted. Hi, I'm Stephanie. I'm asleep.
Yes, and we had a delightful show tonight. learning all about Scallywag Steve. All right, the first thing we did was get into a glimpse of his journey as an athlete, a coach, and an educator, allowing us to see a whole new side of Scallywag Steve that we didn't know existed. A side defined by discipline, leadership, mentorship, passion for inspiring others, both on the field and off. We learned that Disney has been woven into his life from the very beginning when he was pushed around as baby Steve. We are all trying to imagine that in our minds, you in the stroller. I'm sure that was adorable.
I didn't have hair then either.
Yeah, so you didn't look so much different, huh?
Yeah,
No
I just didn't have this
goatee?
hair.
How cute. Okay, so shaping his love for the parks and feeling his passion for the magic that they bring. That lifelong connection eventually inspired him to make a bold move, leaving his roots behind to live closer to the place that he's always felt like home. Steve shared some of his favorite things about Disney, from the experiences that kept him coming back to the little details that make the magic special. This includes his favorite drink, the Tahitian torch at Trader Sam's. Kiel and Stephanie will hopefully at some point be able to try this. Most importantly, we came to understand that Steve's foundation is built on his commitment to the family and to faith, core values that define who he is. And while he is on one of the most funniest personality shows that you'll see on YouTube, it's his depth and character that truly make him stand out. I encourage everyone to take a moment to leave a comment on this video, or the live stream, as it were, and let us know what your thoughts are. Personally,
Awesome.
I quite enjoyed learning more about Steve.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, Pete, question. Can we stop with the June thing now?
Talk to your brother. Tina?
I know. Look, he just put it in there. Steve's favorite month is June.
Oh. Okay. I want to talk about next week's guest because next week's guest is Maryland Meetup. So it's going to be a conglomerate. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we have arrived at our August Maryland Meetup again. It's the Triple C Show's third live show from the Pete McDevitt Studios. Show number 97 will be a recap of the weekend with special appearances live on screen and with some of the meetup guests. You do not want to miss this. Joining us the week after will be the community's resident movie expert, Movie Mania Nick, bringing his movie knowledge to the Triple C's on our 98th show. So we are.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Point of reference from a previous meetup. He's not so Disney movie mania, Nick. He's just movies, not Disney movies. Just point of reference.
Yeah, we're quickly approaching our 100th show, so you don't want to miss any of the fun.
Love it. All right, let's as we pull things up here. Before I go to final thought, I want to remind everybody to hang tight because we do have something we'll discuss here at the end. I want to remind everybody of a couple of things. First off, Steve had an amazing drink. The Tahitian torch, man. If you go down there, if it's got the guava drink in there, man, I am all over that. I try to sneak thermoses into places and get that drink and take it out in the park. It is so awesome and good. I can't say enough about the two channels that Steve highlighted today. He said it so perfectly and eloquently. And yes, Jennifer Crusoe and Zippity Doo Doug, amazing creators, but even better people in that. And I include also their spouses who kind of participate in their channels a little bit as well, with Belinda and Ron. If you're not following either one of those channels, man, you need to make sure you're going to be doing that. I want to say thank you, obviously, to Steve for coming on, hanging with us, opening up tonight. It was absolutely awesome. You can check out the Instagram for the ladies over here on the Triple C Instagram. I'd appreciate you doing that. And while you're at it, follow Goody Dog 17 and keep up with him and everything he has going. He does have a lot going on also with working and moving and selling some of his DVC. He's selling some right now. If you want to reach out and find out some more about that, he can reach out and give you some of that information, and we encourage everybody to do that. This show is available with all the others on the podcast available here. here on YouTube and also on a playlist. We'd love for you to check it out and listen to some of the episodes you missed. 100 guests in just a few weeks. You had to have missed somebody that's out there. That's been absolutely special. And tonight at 10:45, maybe closer to 11 o'clock, because of SummerSlam, I will be doing Disney Insomniacs. I've got 5 new channels. I've got some highlights for the upcoming meetup. I believe you'll see Doug with me for maybe the last time this summer, which really stinks, but looking forward to that. So please check everything out that's going on over there. Ladies, let's do a final thought real quick with our guests, and I'll let you guys go first. Jen, you're going to go last because you wrote a great episode. Tina, I'm going to have you start it up.
Another great show. Steve, thank you for joining us. You have been a delight, comedic relief, and everything else in between. So it's always a pleasure to get to hang out with you and see what you and Doug bring to mornings on Coffee Talk. And I'm just very thankful to know both of you. Your stories inspired me. I choked up a few times and thankfully held together. So I'm grateful for that. But keep doing what you're doing, and
Yep.
never
But
stop.
you know what? It God got me through every one of those situations.
Yeah, he
So
did.
Love it.
And he brought you
still
here with
here,
us
still-
tonight.
That's right. So yeah, I go back to work tomorrow morning. So Coffee Talk's going to be. I may only be on Saturdays from here on out.
No. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yep. Steph?
Yes, so thank you so much, Steve, for being here and letting us see a different side of you also, because, a lot of times we just see what we see, and it's really cool to see another side of folks, and that makes them more well-rounded, and, you really get to see them. And I hopefully next year you guys can come up to the meetup here in Baltimore, so that'd be really awesome. You may have to take a personal day at the beginning of school.
Yeah, that's the one challenge, is that we start so early down here. Like I have teacher and service days all this week. Like Thursday night is meet the teacher, so I got to be.
Yep.
I'll be at school from 5:45 until probably 8:45 Thursday evening.
I get it.
So,
We'll figure it out. You
Start
never know
that Monday.
you never know where it'll be or when it'll be, but we'll figure it
Yeah.
out. Hopefully you can make it here in Maryland or on the road. We'll never know where it'll be.
Yeah.
Jen?
Stupid work. Yeah, I go back to stupid
No.
work, as Jen says.
I know, and that's so funny because I was going to say that, and Jennifer Crusoe just put that in the chat, and that's what I was going to
I know.
say. I was going to say, you got to go to stupid work. And the ironic thing is that I don't have to go to stupid work tomorrow. I'm off this week.
Yeah,
So
but see, I don't look at my work as stupid work. I love going.
my
I
work's
love
not
going.
stupid. It's just, I would much rather be
know.
sitting at home watching YouTube than stupid.
Well, I understand that, but it's probably a little different for me. Like, I only work 185 days a year.
Yeah, okay, enough.
But you have mentoring to do, so get on it.
I do.
Kids need you.
I actually had one final question as my final thought
Oh, okay.
that we did not cover during this interview, and that
Jen,
is
the meat in the good sandwich.
Oh boy.
Look, I just threw her off.
I am the meat in the good sandwich. I'm just
You
saying.
were.
I was. It was a great Jen sandwich, and I loved it. No, you guys know how much. I admire you and your brother, not just with the relationship that you guys have, but with the faith that you have in God. And I know that's one of the jokes on Coffee Talk is, your mother didn't raise you like that, but we all know how.
Right, but the best is when she would call. She wouldn't care about the 72 other people watching the stream. She would call my phone and go, I just want Jennifer Caruso to know that I did not raise these two like this.
Well, I was going to say, I think that everybody knows how well your mom and
Yes.
dad
She did an
raised
amazing,
you guys.
and she listened.
So
And after dad died, she was, I mean, she was super mom. She was Wonder Woman. You know.
okay, so my
And
final question, real quick, final question, because we're coming up on our end time here. How did you get the name Scallywag, Steve?
so that's easy. So I just, I'm such a Pittsburgh Pirates fan, and Scallywag is a pirate.
Oh,
That's it.
it's that simple?
That's simple.
It's
Wow.
that simple.
Okay.
Because
Curveball.
here, so it goes back. So Greg Brown, the announcer of the Pirates, years ago, when the Pirates win, he'll say, "Raise the Jolly Roger."
Right.
Jolly Roger is the black pirate flag. Well, I had season tickets, and I went out, bought a flag, put it on a pole, and I started taking it into the game. I was literally the only flag in that stadium. People would ask me, "What is that flag for?" And I would have to explain to them, "Don't you hear Greg Brown say, 'Raise the Jolly Roger' at the end of the games?" Yeah, well, this is a Jolly Roger. So it's just so I've always had the pirate flag on my deck.
Hold on. I'm being told that's a lie. Do I need to make a phone call? I usually
That is
don't.
not a lie.
I do
That
not
is
allow
not a
phone
lie.
calls. I do not allow phone calls on the Triple C. But if I need to make a phone call here to find out why it's a lie, I will.
Why is it a lie?
Ladies, can I have permission to make a phone call?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're curious.
I try to stick to the rules.
We're all here for the truth on the Triple C show. We have to get
Okay.
to the bottom of the truth.
Who's
So,
Yes,
gonna
go
lie?
ahead.
That is a complete lie.
Okay.
That is not.
It's a complete lie. Tell him to be quiet while I tell the truth.
Okay. Let me hear.
All right. His original name was Steamboat Stevie.
What?
His original YouTube name I gave him was Steamboat Stevie.
Okay.
Which puts me right in the middle of June.
I'm muting him.
Mute him. He couldn't stand it because the way it sounded. And my mom absolutely loved it. He would call him Steamboat Stevie constantly.
I can't.
He calls me up one day. He says, "I can't deal with this name no more. It's so girly." So I said, "Fine." I said, "Let's look around." I said, "Well, what about Scallywag?" Scallywag. I gave him that name. And he said, "Oh, yeah, that's good." So
I didn't say I gave it to myself.
Giving credit to the stinky pirates and not to the genius that came up with it. All right, goodbye.
Okay.
I'm so glad I asked this question. I'm so glad.
So,
I didn't say that I came up with it on my own, but that's why.
there you
That's
go.
why I said
Why
yes
you
to
liked
it was
it.
because it fits. I mean,
did.
look.
There's a bunch of pirate stuff.
Oh, sorry.
Let's go to a final thought from Steve.
Steve is not a happy camper right now.
Final thought, Steve.
My brother's an idiot.
Oh boy. Anything else for your final thought?
No, yeah.
Do you feel better now? Did you feel better?
Good night, everybody. Thank you guys. I just feel like, I'm not all that important. I just screw around on my brother's channel and, make him put a disclaimer up on the bottom sometimes but I just have fun.
Love it.
Just being me. I still remember the day Pete gave me a hot mic in the parks. That was scary.
Well,
The best was I said something under my breath. I forgot about it. And I said something under my breath, and my phone goes off like that. And Doug's like, "We can hear you." Like, oops. I think I called somebody a dirty B word.
Yeah, you usually say something and look at me to see if I'm going to be all right with it or not.
The best is when Doug, if I'm walking next to Doug and he's streaming, he'll hear me take a breath to talk. And if it's something like that we're both looking at, and he'll be like, in a split second, he'll go, crap. No, don't talk.
Love it.
He's rolling.
Well,
But
Steve,
no, thank you so much, guys. I do hope everybody. I told Pete this when he was here, last month. This community is so much fun. It's so much. And the thing is everybody cares about each other. Everybody cares about if something goes on in somebody's life, we care. I can honestly say that I I have prayed for numerous people in this community when stuff is happening in their life.
yeah,
And I know people, I know Doug, people prayed for us when mom was not doing well, and then when mom passed, we had so many people come on the show and just support us. And that's rare. And the only reason, it's funny, like Disney, love of Disney and everything brought everybody together, but good people made the community what it is.
love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I want to say thank you for being here. And my final thought is going to go on a quick couple things, and we'll remind everybody to hang tight for a minute too at the end. First, obviously, saying thank you for coming on here. This, when Jen took this episode, I challenged her to find more of who you are, to be able to show more of not just the laughter that's on Doug's stream, because I know that there is a lot more to you than that. And I think she had mission accomplished 100%, because I
Yeah.
saw a ton of compliments, a ton of love in the chat, a ton of people with surprise. I even had surprise on one of your answers that I didn't expect. And that's what this show is about, getting to know people more in the community. So I hope when you all are out there, and if you're not already following Steve over on Doug's channel, you haven't been watching Coffee Talk, I hope after tonight, maybe you will go over there. And I hope if you see Steve in the park, you'll stop and say hello. And keep up with all that, because that's awesome. I commend you, and I love the fact that you and your brother opened up to share the moments with your mom with all of us over there. It says a lot for both of your character and who you are, for the love of your parent, but to also share her laughter and all with us. And there were many days that we all got a smile on our face because of something your mom did. So I thank you and Doug for doing that.
I still think it's funny when he plays the clip. It took him so long to find it, where she called in and just basically said, "Okay, you two bozos, it's time for inspiration," and she just hung up.
There you go. There you go. Absolutely. My brother and I don't have as close of a relationship as you and yours. And I can say there are days that I have a little jealousy in my thing. So my challenge to you is, whatever you two do, don't ever forget those moments where you're sitting and laughing, where you're giving each other a hug, where you're telling each other how important you all are. Because you may look around one time and that might not be there, and it's always a fight to do it. And I'm lucky that I'm blessed to see that with you guys. It's a beautiful thing as well.
Well, sadly, we've learned that lesson. Through hardship, we've learned that lesson.
Well, I thank you for sharing it with this community. You said something at the beginning of your thing that, you're not as important. Steve, every person in this community is important, and especially the ones that take time to care about others are even more important. That's what my channel is about. That's what we're pushing to do. Friendship is the key thing. I know what it's like to believe in friendship and have it fail you. So I think it's a beautiful thing of what you guys bring to this community, and I thank you for that. Again, great show written tonight. The ladies did a great job. Loved hanging out with you down there, and looking forward to hanging out with you more. I will tell you, this has been an excellent show, and there's been a ton of nice compliments for you in the chat that you might not have seen, because I didn't get to highlight them all. I do encourage you to go back and watch the replay for that. So, Steve, I want to thank you for being here tonight, and we will catch up with you in the near future, my friend.
Absolutely.
Bye bye. Thank you. Scallywag, Steamboat Steve, out the door.
Oh,
So
Stevie.
Stevie, Steamboat Stevie. I got to get it right because when I'm live on my stream, I'm gonna just have so much fun with that. It'll be great. All right. I asked everybody to hang tight here for a minute. I asked the ladies to be here. I wanted to just share some information with everybody about the Triple C show. I have reluctantly, after about a week and a half ago, and I wanted to do this while all the ladies were here, I have reluctantly accepted the resignation from the show of Angela Minter. Angela was the key force in helping us put this show together when Stephanie and Jen and Angela and I sat and came up with this concept and had input in. She was supportive when we brought on Tina and also having Sammy come in and everything. So we wish Angela's leaving for her own personal reasons. I ask everybody to respect that. And we are grateful. And I'm very humbled that she was willing to broadcast with us for so long. We wish her the best. We have invited her back for the 100th show if she chooses to join us. We hope that she will. She is a friend of the channel and of the show leaving. And I wanted to just say thank you to Angela and wish her the best what she did and just throw it over to you. Jen, I'll go to you first. You and Steph helped put the show together. Just throw it to you real quick. Just ladies for a thought there.
Yeah, I mean, the Triple C show wouldn't have come together the way it did without her.
Mm-hmm.
She will definitely be missed. She was one of the cornerstones of this show. You know, it was just the three of us. I can remember taking the selfies at the very first meetup. We were all together right when we started our shows, and we had our first live show. I mean, it was some great times getting this show going. And I think at that time we didn't. I know I didn't expect to hit 100 shows. I mean, I know you said, "Hey, one day you're going to be sitting there and you're going to be at 100 shows," and here we are.
Right.
And Angela was a big part of that. So,
Absolutely.
it's going to be different. It's going to be different, but, wish her all the best. I'm going to steal a line from Tina that everybody's got something going on, nothing about.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wish Angela luck and blessings and good wishes going forward.
Absolutely. Steph?
Yeah. I didn't know Steph was going. Myself. Anyway, just want to say thank you so much to Angela for being willing to be on the show with us. 3 years ago when we first started. So
Thank
we'll
you.
miss you a lot, and we'll miss your kitty cats
Absolutely.
walking around in the back. So we need somebody else with a cat. Anyway, yeah.
Tina?
Don't look at me. I'm allergic to cats. That's all I'm gonna say. It's very emotional when anybody leaves the show, and Angela's no different.
Mm-hmm.
I know I didn't start with you guys, but we were still all friends. You guys had a beautiful thing that you started here, and I'm very glad to be a part of it. But Angela was such a core member of the show here, and she, like one body, many parts. We each add our own flair, and we each do our part in that body. And Angela was no different. She played her part, and she played it well, and she was just excellent and amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So wish you all the best, Angela.
Absolutely. And guys, keep in mind too, Angela won't be disappearing from YouTube or anything altogether. She's still over with Chris and going to be jumping in, I guess, from time to time over there. You can keep up with her. She mods for many channels out there. You can say hello to her and all there. We just wish her the best and, respect her during this time of challenge. She doesn't need 5,000 direct messages on why she's leaving or any of that. Just be respectful on it. Ladies, I thank you for sitting in. It's never tough when we do something like this, but we also are going to take due diligence and take our time in doing it. We're going to be back next week. The ladies will be here with me for our meetup show. We're going to have some special guests sit in. I don't even know who all they are yet. I'm still working on all that as we put it together. And then we'll be back with Movie Mania Nick the following week. I believe he will tell you how he came to the meetup with shiny balls. He will be telling everybody about that. He's planning on winning the bowling thing. He's like Shooter McGavin of bowling. He's going to be. It's going to be.
Thank goodness it's bowling balls.
So,
okay.
Absolutely, yes. All right. We will see you all next week on the Meetup Show, everybody. Have a great night.
You got a smile that makes the sun